So now I'm going to ask Jennifer, like, let's go into like the Christian side of this. Now, what are the few things, in Christianity that can resort to self-doubt for people? You want to comment on that?
Okay, yes. Well, not specifically on relationship, but maybe I will still move
Other
on that,
areas.
moving to that. But coming from my own angle, I've always had a vision for myself, and I've always had a very valid vision, and I know very well that, and I've always been intentional about my vision, with not just about relationship or marriage, but even with the circle of friends I connect with, because it takes two to tango. There's a normal adage that says, show me your friends, and I will definitely tell you who you are. Maybe not who you are, but where you're going to be in the near future. So I've always had that right from time. I should I use the word I have? Oh, I'm a church girl. Let me use that word. So I've been a church girl since when I was 13 years old. I gave my life to Christ between 12 to 13, and I had my personal encounters with God. And that made me believe that he's not just God of everybody, but he's real to me. Shortly after I got born again, I I I, I prayed a prayer because I was always falling ill at 12, at 13. So I prayed a prayer. I didn't even know so much about the scripture, but I just prayed a prayer of faith on a particular lady's sickness, because I was 13. I was having a growing up, should I use the word, a puberty sickness at that time, and it was so bad that I knew I was going to die. I knew. So I prayed a prayer as a young girl, and I told the Lord, if you help me, if you heal me of this thing, I'm going to serve you all my life. And to my greatest shock, I didn't know He answered me. 3 months after, that was when the thought came that you don't experience this thing anymore. And I was like, wow, this is something that had been with me for almost 1 year, and more than 1 year, since I was 12 to 13. And I had many encounters for personally to know that this God to me was real. So I've always had visions. I think I'm also a kind of prophetic person as well, because when I was about 14, 15, I always see myself do what I'm doing right now.
Mm.
I've been seeing myself do what I'm doing, and even more. I can't say on camera, but I've been seeing myself do them when I was 13, 14. But I didn't understand at that time. But there were some dreams that have not left me, not because I wrote them down, but because it stuck to my head. And I knew when I had those dreams, it was between 14, 15, 16. So I'm also a kind of prophetic person. So I've always had visions, be it mentally, be it in other ways. So nothing can take that off me, actually.
Mm.
Nothing. And
Yeah.
I've always been intentional about who my circles are, not who my circle of friends are, who my circle of relationship, marriage. Always been intentional. So coming into vision, be it basically for female gender, I believe God created everybody male and female, though we are one in Him, but He created everybody with visions and with growth and every other thing. So hitting into relationship, even when I was in school, when I was still a focused person, of course I'm still focused, but when I was in school, not having anything to do with anybody, the people who mentored me to have my own vision. And I should pick people, I should pick a man or a man who I will run with, whose vision aligns with mine. Because if I'm going south, he's going north, there'll be conflict of interest. So those who mentored me to have my own vision, because I'm the one to say yes to you. And when I pray and I get confirmation, I should ask this man pertinent question: where do you want to be in the next 5 years? What's your plan? And this and that and that, because my vision has to tally with yours, and it's a 50-50. When I mean 50-50, I mean everybody is building everybody. That's why it's two can two work together unless they agree. I was like, the scripture says, one sachet is 1,000, two sachets 10,000. So I've always had that mindset, that mentality from where I'm coming from, on the unity and the growth that can come with similar visions running together.
Yeah.
So that have always been my mentality, and that have always been how I group friends, how I group anything in life. Talking about, as I said, going back to vision, I believe God created everybody to serve something. a purpose, something, you know, if when you are in that place of not having, the danger in it is when you're in a place of not having a vision, or when you're in a place of having a shrink vision of somebody who is superior, having a shrink vision. Number one, you are not glorifying God in that place. I believe so much in that because I'm a Christian. You're not glorifying God in that place enough, because God expects you. At the end of it all, He will come to you and say, "The talent I gave to you, what did you use it for?" At the end, it's an individual. Scripture says He gave some 2 talents, some 1 talent, some 10 talents. So it's up to you to know that I need to multiply whatever I will do to
Totally.
multiply this talent in my. If it's getting married to the right person who can help me, and that's where courtship comes in, where you get to ask as much questions as you can ask to be sure if if you can align with his vision. Because at the end of it all, when you get married, from where I'm coming from, when you get married, your submission, yes, you have to submit to a great level to your husband, but it is good you submit to somebody who has the right head that you have, so that at that point submission is smooth.
Yeah.
Both of you have a lot to align with. So I've actually almost entered into a relationship where this a brother had no vision. I would ask, yes, he had no vision. I've almost entered. Thank God I use the word almost. I will ask this person, how far? What's the plan for? He said, I don't know. I'm praying. It was actually a Christian brother. I don't know, I'm praying. Okay,
Yeah.
what's the plan for this? I don't okay, no problem. Pray. After a while, maybe 2 weeks, what's the next thing? I still don't know. I'm praying. So at the point I had to go and pray my own, because it's obvious nobody is getting something. So nobody's getting something. Although there are stages in life where you don't know what next to do. Everybody goes through that season where you are confused, you don't know what next to do. But it is now up to us to study things, study ourselves, ask questions, check our inner man, get our identity right, and
Yeah.
actually get a plan and tell the Lord to help us. That even if it's the wrong plan, He should direct us to the
Yeah.
right place. So, but being stuck in not knowing what to do is a lot of is a lot of problems, especially for a very long time. I don't know if I've been
It's a
able to answer
problem.
your.
And it's not like you're not fulfilling your purpose. Like every single one of us has
But
a
yes, so I
purpose.
believe that every single one of us has a
You
purpose. So
have, like, you made an example of the talent. You're giving a talent. What are you using it for? You're just like, oh no, like take my talent and just tell me what to use it. No, the assignment was given to you. So you figure out the best way to use your talent. If it's like getting the right team in place, having the right person in your life to, make you flourish in that talent. It is on you, not on other people. Like, so people like, oh, I'm not successful because of this person. No, you are not successful because of yourself. Stop putting it on other people, because it is your responsibility to run with your God-given purpose and vision.